Well, I make these videos more of a method to document my progress with this build, and just for the few of you who are interested in anything that I'm doing. So this morning, it's the 21st of April 2024. Around about 3 years ago, I tried to well, I had the idea to make a system, and so this is the result of 3 years. Pretty much every spare minute that I've had, this is what I've built, and big milestone today because it finally. Well, the first thing I set up doing was building a preamp. I thought, well, I'm trying to build a preamp based, and if I could do that, then potentially I could do the rest. And I started this purely because I watched Gabby's video on Ian Canada's DAC stuff. So I quickly bought just a Pi and this DAC, actually might be this one, yeah, this DAC, and then just got a signal, and then you know, just and then measured the input on this so that I knew it worked. But with the idea that I'd one day have a speaker system like the OMA, the big ones, I don't know what they call the Superium or Imperium, where I would essentially have two preamps feeding that speaker system. So it wouldn't be an active speaker system like theirs is. It would be a passive system with two preamps, and that's been the basis of this design, or the basis of the basic idea. So essentially, this is two preamps inside here. There's two Bright of Zens here, one on the top and one underneath, with two suspended transformers in here on a nylon cage within that whole thing. So it's quite a nice build, actually. This preamp, I've bastardized it a bit and messed around with the pots. I'm going to do that again at some point. But the main takeaway is I finally got this working. Now, it seems simple to run two preamps, and it seems like had I known what I know now 3 years ago, I probably wouldn't have started doing this. However, I've finally got it working, and it's all thanks to many guys that have helped me, but mainly Ivan Biak, Bisesic Transformers, and essentially what I've got, and I'll make another video more detailing more of these RV stages, but ultimately it's fantastic. I haven't even listened to this system now for more than a minute. I've just made this video, but I finally got this working. So this is two active stages. So I've got Ian Canada's current output DAC here into this RV stage, which is a dual primary, single secondary 1 to 29. And essentially what's happening here is, and this is amazing, is that this DAC is seeing less than 2 ohms. I never thought this was even possible, but there it is. This is dual primary, 1 secondary, 1 to 29 into a single primary, dual secondary, 1 to 8 over here. And that outputs onto these two sets of XLRs here into this two preamps. And so what I've got is I've got a preamp for the main volume, as you can hear there, and then a preamp for this. You can see them moving. I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear them. It's just playing well, you probably will, but it's like 70 hertz down to 20. And then I'm able to tailor the bass for whatever music content I'm listening to. So like heavy hard rock and that type of thing. Once it has a much more prominent bass content, so you need to jack it up a little bit. And then jazz and classical slightly less. So that's what that idea was. But very excited today that I've actually got this working. It's basically 3 years in the making, and also I've had to. I first started with which I'll do in another video when I do these RV stages. But this was a 15015 battery supply, which I was using to drive only one active stage. However, since then I've built this situation, done away with that battery stage, and now this is a large CRCR C filter, feeding these regs for a 15015 onto these two RVs. Very excited to have these two working. So essentially Ian's DAC is seeing less than 2 ohms and the preamp is seeing less than 20 ohms. Yeah, and there it is.